Hey there, welcome back to Wild Beasts. Each episode, we dive headfirst into the unknown, and today, well, it's no different. We're off to explore a world that seems to come straight out of a secret, whispered conversation in the dark. Picture this. Creatures so out there, so wonderfully weird, they make your favorite sci-fi movie look like child's play. These critters hang out in places you'd least expect, tucked away in dense forest shadows, chilling in the deep blue sea, or even surviving the emptiness of space. Yeah, you heard that right. So, what do you say? Ready to meet animals that'll have you questioning everything you thought you knew about Mother Nature? Buckle up, because this episode of Wild Beasts is going to take you on a ride through the wild, weird, and downright astonishing corners of our planet. From the haunting whispers of the forest to the serene ballet of the ocean, every moment promises to drop your jaw and widen your eyes. Let's kickstart this adventure, and let our curiosity be the compass. So, imagine strolling through the forest at night and bumping into an animal that looks like it walks straight out of a medieval fantasy. That's the Pengalin for you, also known as the scaly anteater. This shy creature is like nature's own little knight, armored in scales and rolling into a ball when danger lurks around. Cool, right? Pangolins have this epic tongue that's not just long, it's ridiculously long, like longer than their own body long. They use it to slurp up ants and termites, making them the cleanup crew of the insect world. And those claws, they're not for show. Pangolins can dig into termite mounds and tree bark like a pro thanks to those bad boys. But here's the kicker. Despite being armored to the teeth, or scales, pangolins are super vulnerable because, believe it or not, people actually want their scales for various uses. It's a tough world out there for our scaly friends, making conservation efforts all the more important. Through the dark, with their scales shining under the moonlight, pangolins continue their nightly quest for insects, reminding us that sometimes the coolest creatures are the ones you hardly ever see. Ever feel like life's just rushing by? Well, the sloth is here to tell you to take a breather and enjoy the view from the treetops. These guys are the embodiment of chill, moving through life at a pace that'd make a snail impatient. But there's genius in their sluggishness. Sloths have turned slow into an art form, saving energy and staying off the radar of predators. Hanging out, quite literally, in the rainforests of Central and South America, sloths have these wickedly long claws that let them hang from branches without breaking a sweat. Their fur is a whole mini ecosystem, hosting algae and bugs that help them blend in and get a bit of extra nutrition. Talk about a win-win. What's awesome about sloths is their reminder that it's okay to slow down. In a world that's all go, 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 sloths are the kings and queens of the slow-mo, living life in the leisure lane and thriving. Venture into the quiet streams of Eastern Australia, and you might glimpse a creature that seems to defy the laws of nature. The platypus, with its duck-like bill, otter-like body, and beaver-like tail, looks like a creature from a child's imagination. Yet it's one of the most fascinating real-life examples of evolutionary uniqueness. This remarkable animal is one of the few mammals that lay eggs, bridging the gap between reptiles and mammals in the evolutionary tree. But the platypus's oddities don't stop at its appearance or reproductive habits. It is equipped with electroreceptors in its bill, allowing it to detect the electrical signals of its prey underwater, navigating the murky waters with precision unseen in any other mammal. Even more intriguing is the male platypus's ability to produce venom, a rare trait among mammals delivered through spurs on its hind legs. This venom, while not lethal to humans, has unique properties that have piqued the interest of researchers in medical science. The platypus embodies the mystery and wonder of the natural world, a testament to the unpredictable paths of evolution. In its quiet existence, it challenges our perceptions, reminding us of the sheer variety of life that shares our planet. As we delve into the story of the platypus, we celebrate not just an oddball of nature, but a marvel of adaptation and survival. Imagine you're in the Arctic, surrounded by icebergs, and suddenly, you spot a whale with what looks like a giant sword protruding from its head. Welcome to the world of the narwhal, the Arctic's very own unicorn. Except this sword isn't for battling dragons. It's a tooth. Yeah, you heard that right. The narwhal's tusk is actually an elongated, spiralized canine tooth, extending up to 10 feet, making dental care seem like a whole different ballgame. Now get this. It's mostly the males that sport this epic tooth, turning them into the poster boys of the marine world. Scientists are buzzing about the tusk's purpose, suggesting it might play a role in mate selection or act as a giant sensor, picking up changes in the environment. Imagine having a tooth that helps you navigate and find your next date. Narwhals are not just fantasy creatures. They're vital to understanding the Arctic ecosystem. These mysterious whales dive deep into icy waters, hinting at the health of our planet with their behavior and movement. They're the guardians of the Arctic, living in a world that's rapidly changing, reminding us of the delicate balance that sustains life on Earth. So, while the narwhal might not be fighting off villains with its tusk, it's certainly battling the challenges of its environment, proving that sometimes reality can be as fascinating as the myths we create. Next time you think of unicorns, remember the narwhal, navigating the icy realms beneath the auroras, a true marvel of the natural world. Ever heard of the Okapi? No, picture this. You're wandering through the Congo's lush rainforests, and bam! You stumble upon an animal that looks like it's been dreamt up during a particularly wild brainstorming session. Part deer, part zebra, with a touch of giraffe for good measure, the Okapi is nature's own patchwork masterpiece. But don't let its quirky looks fool you. This creature is as real as they come. Despite the zebra stripes on its backside, the Okapi is actually the giraffe's closest cousin. Yeah, you heard that right. It's like the giraffe's shadowy, mysterious sibling, complete with a similar long, grabby tongue that's perfect for snagging those hard-to-reach snacks up in the trees. Okapis are the James Bonds of the animal world. Sleek, secretive, and super good at staying out of sight. They're such pros at flying under the radar that scientists only got wise to them in the early 20th century. Living their best life solo, these guys remind us that sometimes the coolest creatures are the ones keeping it on the down low. Diving into the story of the Okapi, we're reminded of the magic and mystery hiding in the world's wild places. It's like nature saying, "You think you've seen it all? Hold my beer." The Okapi's tale is a nudge to protect these wild stories and the stunning places they call home. Imagine floating in the vast, open ocean and stumbling upon a creature so otherworldly, it seems to belong to the realm of fantasy, rather than the salty waters of our planet. Enter the Glaucus atlanticus, the ocean's own version of a living, breathing piece of art, commonly dubbed the blue dragon. This creature isn't just any sea slug. It's a nudibranch, redefining what it means to be beautiful and deadly in the marine world. The blue dragon calls the temperate and tropical waters of the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans its home, thriving in a realm where the sky meets the sea. It floats along the ocean's surface, upside down, using the surface tension of the water as its playground. The underside, a vivid blue, camouflages it against the backdrop of the water when viewed from below, while its silvery gray back mirrors the ocean's surface to any predators above. But the Glaucus atlanticus doesn't just rely on its looks for protection. This tiny titan preys on venomous giants, like the Portuguese man-o'-war, absorbing and concentrating their venom in its body to use against its own predators. This remarkable adaptation makes it one of the ocean's most fascinating examples of survival tactics. Adding to its allure, the blue dragon is a hermaphrodite, possessing both male and female reproductive organs, which adds a layer of complexity to its life in the open sea. This trait ensures that whenever two Glaucus atlanticus meet, they can both contribute to the continuation of their species, an essential adaptation for creatures living in the vastness of the ocean. Huge thanks for tagging along on this adventure. Each story we've shared is a reminder of how mind-blowingly awesome nature is, and why we gotta keep it that way. So, until we meet again for another dose of Did You Know? And No Way, That's Wild, keep your sense of wonder on full blast and never stop poking around the corners of our amazing world. Catch you on the next adventure, where we'll keep the curiosity flowing and the wild stories coming. Peace out and stay curious.